All right, okay, we're live now. Cool. Still live. Just gonna go over some stocks. Let me just get set up. All right, let's get into some stocks here. Make sure everything's working good. J.O., you hear me? All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's go over some stocks. Yesterday was a big day. We're just gonna do a quick 20 minutes. Just want to make sure we all have the levels mapped out for you guys. You got to start with the SPY and QQQ first. So if you're new to trading, you just look at individual stocks. But once you have a little bit of experience, you have to be focusing on the overall market. So you can't be looking at just one stock individually. So let's take a quick look here. SPY had a big move yesterday. We had that tariff news. They're holding it for 90 days, etc. We blasted off from around 500. Nice hold up to 550. Now let's just see where we can go from here. We got to start marking this off. I mean, this is a massive move. Just looking at the overall move right here. So 500 all the way up to 550. We're going to see that psychological level automatically of 550 is going to be a level of resistance, which it is already proving to be. So as for today, we have to break this level to actually prove we're gonna move forward here, or is this gonna start to just drag off? So let's just move back and we look at the 6-month channel here. I drew out this 550 level psychological resistance, but you could see that it's actually panning out nice right here. So just keep an eye on this level. For the SPY to continue being bullish, it's gonna have to break these points of resistance. Let's move over here, go in there right now. You can see right there, and you could also see right in this zone here. So I'm just gonna mark these out for you guys that are newer traders. These are all previous support points that have been broken, which was broken around April 3rd and then sold all the way up. Didn't take too long. 1 week later, we're retesting it. So just be cautious as you're looking at it right here. Next, let's go into QQQ. Dip buys, I'm not sure about dip buys yet. We're going to have to let the market play out. I mean, this is such a rapid move. It's very difficult to just say, okay, this is going to be a dip buy. You can't just really point this out and say, oh, okay, 525. We're not really sure. Let's see how the market plays out. It's been very volatile. You just had a massive move up, but watch that 550 for resistance. I can imagine shorts going in there because it's an easy defined stop where they'd be able to try to short this level and try to push it back down. Even if it pulls back 530 down to 525, it's only a 1% pullback. It's kind of hard to say that that's going to be the move. Let's look at QQQ. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Very similar when you look at NASDAQ here. Here was your massive move. You have from 404 all the way up to 465. Now watching the 1 month channel here. Just once again, just watch this level right here around 470 to 475. We need to see, is this going to be resistance similar to the SPY at that 50 whole dollar level? So watch that level right here. Are we going to get that push at the open? Because we don't know. The market has been very, very volatile. Is it going to give us that opportunity where we actually keep moving forward, or are we going to hit resistance up here again at 470, prove it, then fail? So just because we had 1 day green doesn't mean that the market's going to continue. So just be cautious. Watch out for that level, okay? And when it comes to dips, I'm not sure yet, to be honest. We're going to have to wait and just see what the market does after this monstrous day right here, just blasting up. I mean, I just wanted all you guys that have FOMO that did not buy, if you were part of my YouTube membership, you're part of the WAP especially, you've been seeing all of my entries, you know that I've been buying these lows. So we're sitting nice and green right now, but we're just going to give it a chance. I don't know if it's really going to hold, to be honest. We have to let the market play out, but 14% in one day that's so volatile for a big cap, you know, Apple, SPY, etc. So the overall NASDAQ market just moved monstrous. We have to be very cautious. Looking at Apple now. Now, the biggest thing is when you're trading these individual stocks, don't be an idiot. You need to make sure that the SPY or the QQQ is bullish, all right? If you're gonna just go long on these levels, you better be watching SPY and QQQ and make sure that it is green as well. All right, that's my biggest advice. Don't be a fool. Don't think that the market's automatically just gonna turn around now. Just watch these levels, okay? So now let's go on the 5-day chart on Apple. Jaeyoung, you wanted Apple, I see you're pointing out here. Line up SPY and Apple, and I wanna see. Yeah, I mean, Apple's got a long way to go. Even the resistance is really up here around 200, the whole dollar level. You know, 217, but you're going to see resistance at this $200 level as well. So I would just be cautious here. You got to use the psychological support level on these. You got to watch the 200. Let's see if it wants to decide to hold actually 190 today. Let's see if we get that hold. It broke through here and then it started creating some support in this range here around 183. But I'd be watching this 190 level. Let's see if we actually get a hold and then go from there. It's still very early, so you need to be cautious. Same with Amazon. Amazon, we were selling off down to 160. We went back up to 185. Let's see at the open, are we going to hold off? I mean, it's very possible that, you know, somebody, one of the members commenting, retesting lows within within 2 months. I mean, it could definitely happen. I mean, you have only a 90-day tariff hold. This could just be a temporary bullish bounce for now. There's nothing wrong with that assessment. You definitely just have to be realistic about it. And if you're going to be buying shares, I think it's more for long term. If you're looking for short-term trades, it's a little tougher right now because with Amazon, you got to break above this 192 to remain bullish. You're not bullish just because you had this bounce. We need to see, are we going to continue to make higher lows? When we're making higher lows here, here's your first low. Here's your second low. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see, are we going to actually just start trending up? And that's really what we're looking for with this. Are we going to start trending up following this pattern now for a move higher, bouncing off of maybe the 180s and then moving above 192? What I really want to see at the open is I want to see, are we going to bounce up above 192, consolidate, and then move to 200? That's the move I'm looking for. Next one we're looking at, let's go over, I just want to hit all the Mag 7s. I want to hit all that. So looking at the Mag 7 here, we are looking at Google stock. It's the only one that didn't bounce as much, it feels. I mean, it was still a very strong bounce. I mean, 143 all the way up here. It's 10%. It seemed like it was lagging a little bit. But we definitely need to be careful here with this tariff news. It's resistance here. I mean, you can see it right on the channel. You can see at 160 is your resistance. I think the shorts are going to try to make their entries today. A lot of them got stopped out. They got wrecked yesterday. So looking at the 160, I do believe that we are going to be focusing in on this level. Are we for Google? We just have to see what the SPY and QQQ do at the open. We're going to bounce up, consolidate, and then reject. That's what I'd be looking for. You have to get over 160 on Google to go long on it. So definitely just be cautious. NVIDIA was doing well, but now look how much it's pulling back. So NVIDIA had a day yesterday. I mean, that was almost a 20% day. This is so much volatility in these markets, 95 all the way up to 115, 19, 20%. So just be cautious. I believe that you are trading within a range now. If you go back on the 1 month, you can see that, excuse me, we had resistance at 105, failed here from 105 to 106 in this range. Let me just mark it off for those of you who's newer traders. You can see it right here. There's resistance as well. So if you're going to try to take a stab at a long position, you got to make sure SPY and QQQ are bullish. But I do see that there is potential for this we're trading within this zone now from 115 down to 105. So if you want to take a stab at NVIDIA, just keep in mind yesterday it was $95, but you could try around 104 to 105 for that push back up. Or what I think most traders are going to do is they're going to look for that push back up to 115, see if it consolidates, and then pushes back down. I think that's what they would probably look for. So just be cautious looking for that. We're going to find out right at the bell. Are we just going to sell off? Microsoft here. Microsoft pushed up from 350. We've been buying these shares in the YouTube portfolio, part of the WAP as well. And this has been an excellent buy. I've been buying down here at the 340s, 350s. I'm going to continue holding them because I like them long term. I like what the chart looks like on the 5-year chart. And I like that this support level, this is why we were buying it. We were looking at this obvious touches here, and then it worked out for us this time, which is beautiful. Remember, the support and resistance levels don't always work out. That's why you have to have a stop loss in mind, guys. You can't just be buying things just because some YouTuber tells you to. Be realistic, it's your money, all right? So make sure you're protecting it as much as you possibly can, and just be smart about your trades. So here we go. So moving here, I want to see Microsoft retest this $400 level. We got to see what happens at the opening bell, because if we are 383, we push up. It's another 4 to 5% to move up to about 400. So we just have to be cautious here. And as much as, maybe we want the market to drop so we can buy more, just let the market tell you where it's going to go. Don't try to predict. You can have a good prediction, that's good, but don't let it affect your trading. Just trade what the market is showing you. If you think the market's going to drop, like Jay Young's saying, you still need to respect the levels and make sure that, hey, this is actually, showing that it's weak. It's showing that it's bullish. Don't take one bias because it's going to affect your trading to be able to actually execute when the time comes. Looking at Meta, you can see here at 470, it blasted up to 580. Once again, let's see what happens. Are we going to wake up at market open, get above 580s, and then push? Or are we going to reject this 580 coming down? So just be cautious, watch these levels, and you have to watch the SPY or QQQ. You are a fool if you are trading and you are not looking at SPY and QQQ. That's like trading with one eye and you're covering the left eye and you're not looking at what the overall market's doing. So just make sure you are watching what the SPY and the NASDAQ are doing for these big cap stocks. They like to move together. Every stock that I've showed you so far is exactly the same because QQQ and SPY, the biggest components are the Mag 7 and they all look the same. I'm just showing you just so you can see for newer traders. Look at every chart, every green candle from Google to Amazon. All the charts are exactly the same. They all blasted up. So now let's get out of the big caps. Let's not look at these guys as much. I just want to move over to semiconductors. I forgot to show you these guys. If we can hold this level around 200, we're trading within 200 and 220. So watch that consolidation mode. But if you pull back, look for like 190, 192. But there is no support right now. We have to see where it's going to go from there. But hopefully we can start trading within here to start making higher lows if we're going to push forward. Let's see here. I'm looking at Apple. I'm just reading your comments, guys. Seeing what you guys wrote. Any stocks, just point them out. Which ones you guys want to review. We're only going to do this. We're only going to do this till 8:45. So I'm going to do 15 minutes of streaming. Let's see here. So we did Apple. We did that. I just want to call this out. Whoever was on my live stream yesterday, I hope you bought this dip because during my live stream yesterday, he was calling out $7 on SOXL, which is the Semiconductors Bull 3x ETF. So if he bought this yesterday, excellent buy. Congrats to you. I hope you took profits. I mean, it was around $7, $8. He made about 50 to 60% in one day. Excellent call out. Absolutely awesome call out. This is a way that you can play. It's triple leveraged. It does decay over time, but if you can predict the move like that guy did yesterday, that is an excellent move right there. Let's go over JP Morgan. So JP Morgan here, $200. I remember I bought these guys, I think it was 2 years ago, around 128. It's amazing. Still just holding, just hanging out with them. Looking at this, let's see here. Let's just look at this stock here. So I'm just looking at the levels here. It's been a while since I traded JP Morgan. All right, so here we go. So here, 200. I think, Jay Young, just make sure that if you're going long on these guys, just make sure you're holding this level. You got to make sure you're holding the 215 level. You're consolidating a little bit over here. It appears so far you are making higher lows. There's your first one. Here's your second one. Now we want to see, are we going to continue making those higher lows? That would be beautiful. See if we can follow this trend line and go from here. This is pretty much the range that we are trading in right now. So just looking at it just like that, just to clear this up so it's a little cleaner. This is the range we're trading at. And now you can see that you have also temporary resistance here around basically the 240 to 245 range. I'd be watching for resistance. And I'm marking it off because I'm seeing where our flag went right up here, up to about 237. So you're going to have to break that level to continue the full forward momentum here. So this is really how I'm looking at JP Morgan. We got to break above this 237. Let's just call it 238 to make it easy. Push above there, then make our move higher if you're going to. So let's see if we get that at the open, consolidate, and then push further up to the psychological, realistically 247 levels where we'd be looking at. But just watch it, see where it goes in the morning, right? All right, next stock, let's go over. Oh, wow. Everything's blasted up. It's incredible. Buying the dip sometimes works out very well. AMD, I was calling these guys out. I didn't buy them. I called them out yesterday in the live stream. That was before I get like $76, $78. Just watch out for the obvious resistance here. We just have to see, are we going to get this forward momentum here right at $100, the psychological $100 level. Just watch out for that level. All right, we have to get above these. So we'll find out real soon in about 45 minutes what the market wants to do. Are we going to get a pullback, or are we going to just push back up more, consolidate 98, and then push up? The obvious would be shorting this $98 range and then having your stop loss around that $100. Looking at Tesla stock 214 all the way up to 276. This stock trades like a penny stock. It's incredible how much it moves. I've been buying shares down to 220, but I am definitely aware that we have major resistance right here. If we can't get above 275, Tesla's in trouble. It's still not bullish yet. It needs to get above 275, consolidate, and then push back up to 300 where you would have major resistance. So it's got to prove that it can get above this. And it seems like any news article about Tesla is pretty negative these days. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if the fundamentals can start to prove themselves and then go from there. NBIS, I think this is a stock that you should keep on your radar. Doesn't mean you need to buy shares right now. $50 down to 18, starting to show higher highs here. Higher lows, I'm sorry. Making higher lows here. Watching that. I definitely think this offers an opportunity potentially. So definitely, if you can hold this flat $20 level right now, I would definitely be interested in this stock. Anywhere from 20 to 20.5, I'd be watching these levels right here. See if we can hold and prove that we're going to trade within this $20 to $30 range here. I want to go over this stock. This stock I've been dying on. Nike made new lows. $50 whole dollar level. With all this tariff news, of course, China, of course, and Nike is going to get destroyed. What it needs to do, it needs to reclaim that $62 to start making that move forward. You have to get to this part right here. If it doesn't get there, it's still just consolidating within this range. So definitely just be cautious, watch that level, see if we can get above 63 and then push back up. That's what we're looking for right there. ASML 606 to 680 or 690, now pushing back to 650. It's going to have to hold this 650 level. 650 level, definitely a little bit going to be tough. We have to wait for the overall market. BBAI, let's talk about this stock. This is the AI stock. BBAI needs to get above $4. $4 is the level that we need to get above. So we're just going to have to be patient. We need that level to get up to 3.8, consolidate here, and then make our push up to $5. The levels really don't change with BBAI because it's just consolidating right now at this point. And it just, it's just constant resistant touch points around 3.8. So just be cautious watching them if you're going to be buying them. Just at least just have that in your mind. Intel stock blasted up. Same thing. If you're going to buy this stock, I'm not buying this stock unless it's going to hold about 19.5, I would say, around here. This is the level I'd be watching on it. You had a nice touch here at 19.35. Let's see if we can get that pullback on Intel and then look for that long opportunity with a stop below lows. So you can pull back here to about 19.5 and then push back up. Let's see if we can hold that. Now that it's finally broken through, let's see if the new resistance level turns into support. That would be nice to see. Yeah, Mondays we're always dollar cost averaging, buying FSPGX, SPLG, etc. Uber stock. Predict this company with the autonomous driving. We'll see what happens in the future with them. We are trending on this path. We broke it a little bit, went down to $60 per share. Now looking at it, we can see that we are trading in the middle of this channel. So I definitely just would be cautious from $59 all the way up to $82. Just watch that level. See if we can get a further pullback down to about $64, $65 if you're interested in getting in this. All right. What other stocks you want me to review? Let's see here. DraftKings 35. I would definitely be looking out for this $36 range. This is starting to form nice actually. So if we can get above this $36 range, and I just want to show you on the long-term chart, these have been multiple touches around $36, $36, $36, another $36. So I like the idea of trading this and going from here. So if we can get above the $36, let's see if we can pull ahead and then go from there. Be watching this, boom, boom, and then push back up. That's what you have to look for. Lockheed Martin. Jan, I can't believe we called out this stock like so long ago, and then we didn't buy shares at the 420s. We were so close, and we didn't buy shares down here, and now we're pushing back up to 460. It's been a rocky road for LMT. I mean, you see these false breakouts where 480 all the way down to 430 just in one day, just with that pilot news. So sometimes you got to be cautious, but you can see it there. That's your fault. My money went into other stocks, so it's okay. It's not like we really lost money. We made money, so it's all good, man. Looking at the 460, moving back up to 475. Yeah, and let's look at Microsoft. I think Microsoft was a good choice here. You can't go against Microsoft. I think that was a pretty good choice buying at these levels here. Look at this, 340, 350 up to 390. Yeah, I'm going to say that was a good choice. Anyways, let's go back to reality here. So SMCI here, sold off here with that bear flag that formed, sold off. Now we have to see, are we going to hold this $35 range? We got to hold this level here. If we can hold $35, we can prove that we are making higher lows and then see if we push back up. All right, so definitely be cautious on that. All right. Next, let's see. Oh wow, Rigetti. Look at the Rigetti going up. RGTI, the quantum computing, down to $6, back up to $9. So let's just see if it's going to continue to trade within this channel. If you want to take that risk and trade the channel, you can do that, but you have to cut the loss if it's not going to be within this channel. So realistically, we want to see a pullback to what, $8, $8.50. It's a 7% pullback, but then you got to cut the loss if it's going to go there. It's very risky. They don't make much money, and if you're going to do that, just be careful. Let's take another stock. Which one do we want to see? HD. Let's check out HD. Home Depot. Home Depot 323. It's more of a stable stock here. They have their clear resistance here around, I would say around 380. You can see that there's multiple touch points. Let's move this over. Here we go. Yeah, so you have it here. 380, 380, 380, boom, 380. So now, if you're going to buy these guys, you're just going to be basically buying and keeping your stop below this 323. And right now you're trading in the middle of the channel, so I don't like it. You got to either, choose one side or the other. If you want to try to get a 330, 345 around there, because look at this pullback potential, 6-7% you can get. And then if you're going to move back up, it's pretty much very similar, 8% up to 380. So just be cautious looking at that. MO is a stock that you are in it for the dividends. Atria stock, you want this stock for dividends. This has been very strong. I mean, look at this. Look at this perfect upwards channel that they teach you a textbook here. Learn this in elementary school. Looking right here, you can see we have this nice trend. So we're following up on this trend. I do like it. If you're looking to buy shares, just make sure you're buying shares within the channel. $54, $55. Go from there looking at it. All right. Let's see here. Next stock here. MU stock. This is a stock I still think is underrated. Has potential to be a big one. We have $63. It blasted off from. That was a nice move if you were day trading that. 60 all the way up to 80. Just think about those percentage gains for a second. If you're a day trader buying at that, that's excellent. 32% in a week. It's excellent moves right there. If we're going to trade MU stock, I just think we got to hold the $70 range. Just see if you can, just psychological support. Can you hold the $70 range right here? That's what I'd be looking for MU. And make sure semiconductors, make sure you're watching SMH, make sure it is actually holding. SMH is going to have to hold this $200 range. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. If it cannot hold this range, I think that you are going to see some further downside. So it's holding this 200 right now, but we'll see. It's going to start to pull back, potentially right at the open. So, well, we don't need no Coca-Cola, man. You know Coca-Cola, everybody just buys that stock, and they just hold it for the divvies. $70. Looking at the 5-year chart, all it does is go up over time. Pretty impressive. There's your trend. Right there, it's at the high of the trend, 73 down to 70. I definitely would just be waiting for $60 per share for this. I would not be trying to, what the hell? I would try not to be trying to buy this right now. I'd be waiting. Let's just wait and see if we get a pullback. Ooh. All right, let's see. We got anything else on here that we need to review? Just want to bring up another, just another idea for you guys. Let me just bring this up real quick. Hold on. Just so you guys can see. SEHG is Jay Young. Is that the that's the growth fund you hold? SEHG. I believe it is, right? Is that the one you hold? SEHG. Yeah, let's take a look at this. I just want to go over this real quick. Yeah, so SEHG. This is Jay Young's, all right? I'm going to show you why he likes these guys so much. So he pretty much holds SEHG. We're going to mix this up a little bit. We review some charts. Let's go over one ETF that I think is worth going over, all right? Oh, I'm not logged in. It's not going to show everything. That's fine. We don't need to show everything. Here we go. So SEHG. You have the Schwab US Large Cap Growth ETF. Now, this is something definitely to be interested in. I just want to show you guys because if you're wondering, okay, I'm scared to buy individual stocks, definitely take a quick look at the top 10 holdings. You are getting the big dogs for a very low expense ratio, 0.04%. You're getting Apple, which makes up 11% of this. Microsoft makes up 9%. NVIDIA 9%. Amazon 6%. Meta, Broadcom, Tesla, Google, Eli Lilly, and more Google. This is a very interesting ETF because you can buy and sell within the same day. You don't have to hold, you can hold it, but if let's say, you think something's going to go wrong with the market, it's not an index fund. You don't have to wait until the end of market close to actually get rid of this. So it's kind of nice that you could get these companies making up 54 to 55% of it and really not have to worry about the risk, to be honest. You can just buy and hold, or you can day trade this if you wanted to as well. I don't recommend day trading it, but I would just try to hold on to this stock. But just to show you, this seeks to the total return of the Dow Jones US Large Cap Growth Total Market Stock Market Index. And basically, it's just investing in stocks that are within the Dow Jones Large Cap Growth Total Market Index. So that's why you're getting these big dogs, the Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, top sectors, all information technology, 44%. So definitely something to consider if you're looking at it. Guys, I don't get any dividends off this or anything like that. I don't get any payback from Fidelity. I'm just giving you an idea that if you're going to trade tech and you're afraid of individual stocks or more weary and you just want to be able to buy something long term and say, you know, what do I buy? This is a good pick by Jae Young, the 0.04% expense ratio. You get a little bit of a dividend, 0.45%. Just remember that this is mainly just for, you know, you're holding it each year. You'll get a little bit of a dividend. It's growth stocks. But it's just good to show this because there are other alternatives where you don't have to, you know, buy individual stocks if you're concerned or you can't tolerate the ups and downs. Because if you're holding individual stocks, they are going to fluctuate big time on you. So I just want to throw that in there, right? So you're looking here. Here's your composition. You have 229 stocks within it, all in North America, giant, large, and medium. And then you can see your growth and your large cap right in this area right here. But just to look at the sector exposure, you have information technology, communication services, consumer discretionary, healthcare, financials, industrial, consumer staples, materials. It's all covered in here, but you're mainly in semiconductors, software, tech, and intermediate services. So you're definitely getting, I think, bang for your buck with that. I just wanted you to see that. Definitely a lot of opportunity there if you were going to be looking for that, all right? So just want to bring that up. I think it's good. I'm just going to type it in down here just so everybody knows if you're interested. Check it out. SPLG is a very good growth fund that you could be looking into. And that's what we're trying to offer on this YouTube. It's not just the stock levels, but we do long-term investing. There's a lot of that in my WAP. And there's a lot of people that are just trying to build, you know, they're working 9 to 5s. They're trying to, you know, have something that they can put their money in that they feel is going to appreciate over time. And I think that's really what matters at the end of the day. All right, guys, so you can pick out these levels, this and that, but always make sure you're trading with money that you're willing to lose and just be cautious, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I appreciate it. Jae Young, I did SPLG just for you. I know that's your favorite one, but sounds good, guys. Let me know how the trading day goes, and I'll see you guys later today.